wonderful to be here again. This is about the most brilliant venue ever. And it's a great privilege to read here. Can you hear me okay? This is All Origins Are Lonely, and it's dedicated to Madeline Gims and Arakawa. All origins are lonely. Immersed, ramp, carnal thicknesses, plover bodying, water's vertical stance I lean differently into. Scale askew, seized re-aspirate, non-stepping, most flight, frag orange, twist and snap. Anatomical vestments, halter skelter, slowly to draw couched gasps, this radial and counting doesn't fall so. Immersed, ramp, carnal thicknesses, plover bodying, water's vertical stance I lean differently into. Scale askew, seized re-aspirate, non-stepping most flight, frag orange, twist and snap. Anatomical vestments, halter skelter, slowly to draw couched gasps, this radial and counting doesn't fall so. Gardenia, fur, technician, in a hyphenated instant, haphazard unclenchings, eerie, reversible, almostness, unpinioned, sable. Dwell, measure, amply greeted, to begin a journey, enunciate the sky, how they land in me, roughed in, apportionings out, rotations mistake, pressed synaptic, waver without leash, iridesce, and still the hair's rosying cleave, silver, chucha infancy magpies, phoneme positionings, cognizing turnabouts, hopes it let loose carnations as a bathing multi-level mapping of longings we never arrive at. And I'll read from Murmur. I'll read from Murmur the first 25 pages. I think I'm doing just in my hand. Have we got Murmur? I can just read it.
Okay, let's
imagine. It's all right, I'll read them out. I'll just hold it, I think. So, murmur, tasks of mourning. Does this tie in with a catching, a convocation, luteus booming, shuffle and 1, 2, 3, snipe, pairing and assembly, cleave the tide, cleave the breath, or howl I lean into the crying ear, mocks me, decipher errs, drib the harness hurtled incursions avert and crept, a deadly pick around beak slow troubling, touch neath, make beaks, script, tracing, stapler mutely, accost or disturb, doused, relit, bouldering, incloaked if snowed swans red, incendiary splint mizzen vesture devices, glistening indelible candles, lap gist, gentianary sip, gesturing, delirium, disjointed, ills loose on vertical soliloquies, pacing gamuts belatedness, a crude, quenched remnants audient, mantling, tremored graphing lips, premonition, ruptured to rove, to turn, return like that, surrealed, swept earth of the letters perishing, persisting, ingested, inherring, so figurate, so sutured, so lifted, spurt and unretrieved, effigies rinsing, weaving, alarm. Premonitions and return. If you picked up a shell now, savaging, salvaging body, incising, usurping, irrecoverable buoy of bearers, braiding hammer, blue intricateness, blue dice, earring revenants, tincture, dominoes, acoustic, acuities, ill-edged, discrepant, loss, wrestling, this solving, to solve this, depend, fan, dent, clipped echo, sinew, slurring, aqua, dismal, dense, spit, depicted, silhouettes, forgery, threading, vigil, turned, excrescence, traipsing, choked ashore, by what's darkest proximate plaiting iris stutter behalves. Open, compose, leaf, go, sing tremble songs, rub pliancy, luminating mercies, leaf nailed on the waves, nailed on the unheard and inaudible selves, thrown, sonely, and the boulder made copious, bruty fissuring. Cardiac load, salvaging body taste, to be from my ear, my eye, salvaging body, incising, usurping, irrecoverable buoy of bearers, braiding hammer, blue intricateness, blue dice, earring, revenants, tincture, acuities, ill-edged, discrepant, loss, reckley. To solve this, depend, fan, dent, clipped echo, this solving. Sinew, slurring, aqua, dismal, dent, depicted, pirouette, celestial, footing, rethread, vigil, turned, excrescence, grief, salvaging, the living body. Cardiac load, salvaging, body text, to be from my ear, my eye. Grief, the living strain. Cardiac load, salvaging, body text, to be from my ear, my eye. Grief, the living strain. Breath, lit, familial, talk piteously unkempt for a word, alive and gleaming. Veneered coughing, inside rip, exact disenchantment, doesn't consolatory, painting, sing more there is. Blood bringing a coherer, cardiac uncovered, insinuates tear too. Savaging, salvaging, cardiac load, body text, to be from my ear, my eye, unsaid, said, throaty, drowning, woke songs composed, disassemble, impaled yellow stitches, yellow phantom garland, cardiac load, interlineations, to be from my ear, my eye, several, to be from my ear, my eye, reversal, severed, mirroring, recursive, erasure, savaging, salvaging body, recensions, calamities, cardiac load, to be from my ear, my eye, to be from my ear, my eye, savaging, salvaging body. It's on my website if you want to have a look at it. Yeah. So now I'm going to read from Courtship of Lapwings, which is work 2005 to 2013. Courtship of Lapwings. Call it, calls, calls over, calling over, call, calls it. Weaving, watching, spinning, doubting, cutting, shaping, shining, tying, pondering, rinsing. Spun to tilt, incisions sieved, incisions feathered, agile opulence, scaffolded on chain, pieta incompliances, inverted falconness, lupo data, and tarry no longer, pelted, mishapted, prevouring, unburied my tongue, my heart, unquelled disport, pulsational shifters, gold rose leaf, lavish imperfection, my tongue leaking mischance, perpetual disdividation, locations consort, inarticulate, the courting moment punctured, shoaling, white, red ribbons, thine ears streaming, my arms about you, listening circletage, whose circulations, bouquetist, beauteous, pinnacle, blisterant, incessant foliations, betrothal, steadfast lustration, hinge, edge, incisions, shadow, scalding, dislocutions, refuge, cliffed intrication, indigence, bidden in the watch, the looping bleeds, entombing coal. What song is it the day is at? Winding white feathers, ear embracing heart, involuble apertures, dislocatory, retinal excess, intervolving splinter, plunge fastidiad, drowning strings, the sharper glisten awake, recalling, calling over, scalp pull, meta wrapping, lesion, domed, erasure, erosion, in promised to, traces, transadjacent, colloquin, coveil, cogency, distrained bower edge tunes, agilus, miasma, stases, unlectilations, atricious, jaggy, harmonica, scalding, mutation, startles, blotted world, bright orange, beadances, net age, meta broken in lie, denote, disavow, imbricative fragments, reversal, pulling through, pull out, lettering, tap, seriality, perversins, scalpulantient, yoked in errantivity, tear, earring, decurtails, recoil, how stance neath low notes, bleed the striven, ill gleams into cried. What call it? Down thrown, unstopped, this dislettering, uncease, wounds winding, unwinding, cloaked occupation, cradling, clasp it, breached, drained, canyoning, darkness breaks, acoustic equation, ransoming beglyph into want or depart, oscillate, resonance, re-piercing, blooding on between held, ladening lit, leaved by tear and claw, coil in oystering eniled, cradling over, unfurling a golden candle buried in a song's wing. This is a conversation with John Clare's Wonderful to the Snipe. Quag edge, ear lone, quakes mute, sittest in best. Thriving swell, hilling thy bill, suited doth jellied mayhap, dressed, desolate, mystic oceans, thread remotest stag pervades. Ear unventured, gazed, dread breath, hiding wild, restless, evermost tempests each side, power heartens roughest wave, yet shuns skulking tepid stride, flings loss, and sinky streaking fringe free slay, cracking reach thou stretch still thy love, I solitude's unbounded heart, dignifying sky, smile, fly cordial, thine each is, 'tis that. What there is, it is sown a restively fault line, to the next suffuse token to stoop, to mislose, to go spinning with now these proportions, now those, as made by waves over the heart. Brokenly tremble how the land is returned, collidering, betraced, coveted, blinded, out of the tearing, pearl as in ear, in ochreous cinnabar, in ravine baled A or an an, in pluck, in humid plash, this must seem, and the stairs lead nowhere, naught, emptied, it ate in pass overfed, gleams trapped to poly murmurs, lived bidding wrench, the tinge canis, seared, or is it sealed? The nights did I oceanic road to the tooks. You sing the river, you wish. Pervaded thou these elisions in Urshel, rechiselled, pull, degra, to do, did, are you sure? Nothing surer than tears as a spring wind drives a feather, curved, macular, fugitive, cropping in gestitudes low, untreated Gretas as are here, are being killed, disprecautious arithmety shaken, a throw should we see, incisional, thymic, barb, aboding, all goes back, dissension to death, today, fire sign, forward blade stance, no shots never choose, slithereth, dispreiming, beating of the stilled in, seven flutes, lemon tree blazes, necrotizing even occurred, slit jigs, horse gamut, conjectural stars, carrying in augured in jaws, a fray spat, thus to fur, slid as surge, tangerine spangled, tango petilated, came in breathing dark skies, skying land of hazels, blood breath, stitching body sick for home, carrying spelling mistakes, the earring light, bather groves, the sacred flounderous soul. Jugular parting wild horses, jugular parting wild horses, cities that sang, little blue fish of the Prussia cove, two fled, barriered in birdsong around me, in circuary feathering contort, italicture convulsionist. Read the yellow pages when you don't know what you want. Would a yellow do? Disown the stage, cry, expose the lie. Who owns the starved cold, call out odalisque fragcandromentary. Could lose is warp of stammer, broken, cannot easily, is, lits, its, of tears. Bare tree sent to slaughter, try to speak to what will happen to that life full already eaten. Sing the instant, this instant, the instant is. Recarnage, disjourneying, skid, fang, dagger, truant machinic suspect flooded purer aches the diff, soot darkest letter. Say goodbye, say goodbye, say goodbye, say belong to precious dog in turning. Say goodbye, say goodbye, say goodbye, say belong. The sun belongs to muteness, abattoir lorries. This purple meowing. Who owns the trees' wild songs? This song, my own song, underheld beast. Drip down, dispaled habitué selvage, interval, rescue, riches, crouch, yellow floristic scampered antiphon, to fly in, the sun belongs to, nor pour the sea but not this feather, nor pour the sea but not this feather. Why goosebone, them ropes, lair readying gold thirstiest, dark to ragged doom or stave, crow do string it, slicing quills from feathers, slicing as if snow had fallen into the clearing of, the felling of, had fallen into legible or able animalations in her errant, who hears so unbearable for mercy, then silence. Soaring crows is silence at the lard, is silence. Curtailed, countervailing, give an only thorn exist. Entitled, how does dance? Blackbird you rent and habitat of burring, afforded veil blood succumb, stances in a crib, head. Would ask you to, I can't be sure. Bring myself, couldn't bring myself. Mistaken, no mistake is being known. No one begins, begs in. Ephemeral, arise at. You sing and singe, the fabric is in failure. I write underfoot. It sings, you sing, sings throstle nest. Was divided, restead bather to blossom, throstle nest was disdivided, some years magnetite enclosures, knife arches, yellow jagged, gigantic heart galloping in the sea, trains of beasts, I was hung on a hook, nails with fingers on them, my tongue is in scars, my whole tongue, you are wearing it. Disremains, disdains, devoid, exlitation, talon symmetry wastes, or did I? Embodied, body, what has in noise, nail bloodings, meat powdered as a fasting unto, or silent, rolled or scraped, trickles, bleeds, down slope, pied rised, recolor, brittle, pie white scattered in. Continuance, sifted, panned, sieved, so close to, stuttered, wrote, sang, all the flaws tiv unforeshadowed could and could not. No screams, no blood, too dark to film now, seizures took, the ravens are, of whiteness opens, detorary swarming bifurcates contra, context, torn by, torn from, slaughtered out of re-stead, unjoints, saying it over, you make me say it over, shoring construct, those black hills in the blazing moon, is a stone, they are crushing the stones, crushing the flesh within the feather, crushing the meat dress is raw, meat dress dries, abattoir crucial to refusal, only to, they are crushing the sheepfold. O spiral whitening the sulphur, come in as you are coming in, and then, can then, azure wave of killings, no waves, it is the fish trying to call us, cannot be torn by, drowning to drink. The yellow plume, the yellow plume, the yellow plume, this blue plume, this earth, sang the hair of the sorceress, and then it sought the bone. Just a couple more. Just a couple more. Breath, 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 that could fall, whir, whir, howls its muzzle, ruby sobbings does the bird teal drum, disaggregate, fled or left, wolves, sharks, sharp, kill one, have no ocean, have it. Coming up from whisper, low, run together, then louder, corpse, 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 black flies, desinued meat, whose sinews, whose forward and turns did away with, unbuilt, bled down, this life, where is it? Let it be a leaf losing into the sea. When I first took breath, my mother's belly dripped under broken wings. Her belly blood came, heart, skin, difficulty still came, the song. Sink down, lame, lame, light bursting blood smear up seized into the sky, putting her back into the land. A breath would do it. Cut open in public display, alive, cut open, an animal on purpose, of animals on purpose, with a chain, dragging, running, sticking, slamming, losing, with a chain, on purpose, of animals, on purpose, cut open, an animal into the sky, putting her back into the land. A breath would do it. Cut open my mother's belly, cut out from her breath, my breath in her blood, on nights araw with wind, a feather dipped to make a song, to make a song. Brought home to the woods, brought home to the hut in the woods, on nights araw with wind, a feather dipped to make a song, to make a song. Brought home to the hut in the woods, brought home to, on nights araw with wind, a feather dipped to make a song, to make a song, turning the letters, mouthing, mumbling out. The rat came biting, nibbled and gulped, it was my ear by which it did ascend, swayish solutions of the magpie's cold spruce, sheer feudful drapery of the heart brought home to. And I'll finish with this one. This earth brought into his body, and it's for Danny, my brother, who died 2 years ago. The midnight sky has a sail of blue stars in the magpie's tail, crow, swan, keel of a heart's violet blood bronzerisms. Whippler, Tulaloo, Venus's upper Venus sing, tarantula pelt, galactic shimmering, fish dally in these green depths. They sheen and cross and whisper forests of animal. At each curve in the water there is a creature, there is a dance of creatures, dancing, wandering, dancing into the sun. This earth brought into his body, holding this earth into his body. This earth brought into his body. This earth, his body, his. Beautiful is their slow flying, their flight, their slow flying. Beautiful, their slow flying, beautiful. 3 magpies gliding in flight of long tails. Rinsed and rinsed and rinsed, beasts drink the sounds of songs. Refloat the mammal's song, beasts drink the sounds of. Refloat the mammal's song against melancholia, against. Refloat the mammal's song, the mammal's song, the mammal sowing in a pool of throat, a white calf and her mother stepping into the blur, glare in viscera of all spoils, a raven crying. This blood, this blood, this blood, Fiok, the millions, Fiok, 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 feathered in still to flock to, gaped as echo, scour and gaped as echo. And could you, and could you, and could you, refloat the mammal's song, the mammal's sowing, oceans of trees, oceans of trees, oceans are, oceans are, oceans are. That's it then, thank you.